Welcome back. If the first two chapters of Journey to the West were about the birth of a soul and the search for the way, Chapter 3 is about something far more dangerous, the arrival of success. Part 1. The Trap of Success. The Return to Flower Fruit Mountain. Sun Wukong has returned to his mountain. He is no longer the shivering monkey on a raft. He has survived the 10-year gap year of the soul. He has endured the 7-year internship of sweeping floors. He has 72 transformations. He has defeated the demon of confusion with his bare hands. But here is where the tragedy begins. 25 to 35-year-olds today often hit a plateau of pride. You get the promotion, you get the house, you lead the team. You think, I've arrived. Wukong thinks this too. He organizes his kingdom. He drills 47,000 monkeys. He's a CEO now. But notice the shift in his heart. When he was with the master, he was empty. Now he is full of himself. He stopped looking for the way and started looking for security. He wants weapons. He wants armor. He wants the world to see how powerful he is. This is the self-born demon. It doesn't come from a cave. It comes from the mirror. He's trading his divine nature for human ego. He's becoming an ordinary man in a golden suit. Part 2. The Mystery of the Pillar. The Dragon Palace and Destiny. Wukong goes to the Eastern Sea. He says he's looking for a weapon, but really he's looking for a status symbol. Now let's look at the pillar. For days before Wukong arrived, it began to glow with a celestial pink light. The Dragon King, a high-ranking deity of the waters, couldn't move it. To him it was just a heavy piece of useless iron. But for Wukong, it responds. It shrinks to the size of a needle. It grows to touch the stars. Why? Because the pillar is a vibrational match for Wukong's heart. In the world of cultivation, we call this destiny. But here is the high-level commentary. Was this an accident? I believe the master, Subhuti, knew exactly what he was doing when he kicked Wukong out. The golden cudgel wasn't stolen, it was staged. The divine plan had already placed the tool in the ocean, waiting for the monkey to be ready. But Wukong doesn't see the master's hand. He thinks he did it. He thinks he's the one who made the ocean submit. He demands the golden chain mail, the phoenix feather cap. He wants to look like a god, even though his heart is currently dropping back into the 6 realms of desire. He's obsessed with bling. He's obsessed with the look. He's forgotten the master's warning. Do not show off. Part 3. The numeric code, the underworld, and the number 9. Then the hubris hits a boiling point. Wukong is soul-snatched to the underworld. Most people will be terrified. Wukong is offended. Do you know who I am? Is the ultimate cry of the ego. He storms the Senluo Hall. He scares the 10 kings of hell. Let's look at the ledgers. They find his name in the stone monkey file, age 342 years. In the ancient book of changes, I Ching, numbers are given random 3, 4, and 2. 3 plus 4 plus 2 equals 9. 9 is the extreme of the yang numbers. It is the number of the emperor, yes, but it is also the end of a cycle. In Taoist alchemy, 9 represents fullness, the moment just before things must either transform or collapse. Wukong picks up the brush and crosses his name out. He thinks he's hacked the universe. He thinks he's smarter than karma. But as an engineer, I can tell you, you cannot delete a law of physics. You can only delay the reaction. By tearing the ledger, he hasn't achieved freedom. He has only achieved fugitive status. Now he is a celestial outlaw. He's 342. The master warned him about the 3 calamities arriving in 500 years. He's 158 years away from the thunder, the fire, and the wind. Instead of using that time to cultivate virtue to withstand the storm, he uses it to throw a party. Part 4. The Wine and Meat Friends. The Collapse of Mentorship. Wukong returns to his mountain and does the worst thing a high achiever can do. He stops listening to his betters and starts listening to his fans. He gathers the 6 demon kings, the bull demon king, and the rest. These aren't cultivators, they are lads. They are wine and meat friends. They flatter him. They call him great sage. Where is his gratitude to Subhuti? Where is his morning prayer? To the heavens. He's forgotten the master who gave him everything. He thinks he's self-made. He should be teaching his 47,000 monkeys to respect heaven and bow to Buddha. Instead, he's teaching them to drill with spears. He's turned his spiritual paradise into a military camp. This is a crucial lesson. This is a crucial lesson for the 25 to 35-year-olds watching. Success is the hardest test of all. It is easy to be humble when you're poor and drifting on a raft. It's nearly impossible to be humble when you have a 13,000-pound gold stick in your hand. Wukong has become an ordinary person with extraordinary powers. That is a recipe for disaster. Part 5. The Invitation. The Bridge to Chapter 4. The Dragon King and Yama are now filing lawsuits in the High Court of Heaven. The system is moving against Wukong. But Heaven's first move isn't an army, it's an invitation. Tai Bai Jingxing, the star of Venus, comes down with a white whisk. He offers Wukong a job. Wukong is delighted. He thinks he's being recognized. He thinks he's finally getting the corner office in the sky. He doesn't realize that heaven is the ultimate reality check. In Chapter 4, the great sage goes to the palace of the stars. He expects a throne. He gets a bucket of oats and a stable full of horses. We often complain when life gives us a lowly task. We feel overqualified, underappreciated, just like Wukong. We want to be the great sage, but we're stuck being the stable boy. But maybe, just maybe, the Creator knows exactly what he's doing. In traditional cultivation, the heart is often compared to a wild horse. To awaken to emptiness, you must first learn to lead the horse, not be dragged by it. Heaven didn't give Wukong a bad job. Heaven gave him a healing opportunity. They gave him a quiet place, away from the flattery of his wine and meat friends, to see if he could find peace in the mundane, to see if he could serve without being the star. Sadly, as we'll see in the next episode, Wukong's human heart was still too loud to hear the divine music and the neighing of the horses. The question for you is this: if you were heaven's equal and the world told you to go sweep the stables, how would your ego handle it? We'll find out how Wukong handles this first corporate demotion next time. I'm Eddie. Join us as we enter the stables, not to look at the animals, but to look at ourselves. See you then.